Hi, hi, hello, hello. We are quite a few days behind, so you're probably looking at the length of this video and bracing yourself for yet another run through of Ikoria spoilers. We'll get all caught up today. This is close to what we want. We want... Oh, is the whole set out? Is that true? Did they only have 1 week of spoilers? That seems crazy. Spoilers are over. Okay, I guess spoilers are over. So we might as well sort by name, by collector's number? Is that not a thing? Set slash number, okay. Okay, yeah, let's check out what's going on here. We have already a very weird card insofar as it's a um, colorless non-artifact creature, which is very, very rare outside of Eldrazi. And this is very clearly not an Eldrazi, I think, unless there's some extremely hidden lore here. But the idea is you can morph onto this thing. You can morph onto something at instant speed, or morph, like, how do I put this? You can get this onto the battlefield faster than your morph. So then, surprise, the morph ends up being 3 power tougher than the opponent anticipated, because the counters persist no matter which base power and toughness you choose. So it's a neat little trick. Sure, fine. Another, wow, I don't know what's with all these colorless cards. This one is like not even morph synergy, the way that this one and that egg we saw before, the mysterious egg were. Very, very strange, but sure. Cute fox. This is like a pretty useful ability. It's kind of like what's that called? Sad robot. Um, what's that actually called? You know what I mean? The sad robot. What? It's like an iconic card. Why can't I think of what it's called? Oh my god, this is gonna blow my mind. Solemn Simulacrum. Yes. Whoa. Oh, I felt like my whole brain was just rotting away. All I could think of was sad robot. Where's the printing where he actually looks like a sad robot? This is one of the invitational cards. So this is an actual Magic player's face. I don't know who. Anyways, it's kind of like sad robot. Vigilance is kind of nice. Again, this is something you can like morph on. But it's not super synergetic in that it doesn't have enter the battlefield or morph, like whenever this creature is morphed. It's a cute lore too. The fox is like GPS. This we saw before. This alternative art is just absolutely crazy. Probably gonna sell for a lot. Why is this version though already selling for more than $1? And in Europe it's selling for 9 cents or whatever. Blade Banish. Sure, this card has existed in all sorts of ways. The fact that the Wanderer is here is something new to me. That's kind of exciting. I don't know if they'll get another card, or she'll get another card, I guess. But a very strange character. A lot of people speculated that she was Emrakul, just because the kind of silhouette of her design sort of looked like Emrakul. I thought that would have been kind of an interesting twist, but at the same time, maybe a very silly one. Sure, it's a tapper guy, sure. Sure, it's a team buff, sure. Cub Warden. Mutate, lifelink. Whenever it mutates, create 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens. That seems nice. You can see them there in the art. Adorable. But yeah, this is, again, this kind of like go wide, go tall pseudo synergy. Like a lot of cards that benefit you both from going wide and going tall. This is one that actually is kind of an engine for that thing. That you can make your big stack on top of the Cub Warden and at the same time go super wide on your battlefield for the things that synergize with that. Cool art. I like that they retained the 2 little cubs in both versions, of course. Sure. Comes with a friend. The mightiest will attack in bold daylight. I kind of like that aesthetic. Sure, this is an existing card. Yeah, that seemed familiar. A healer. Ooh, this is the opposite of the red card. Much, much, much less useful than the red card. But good in and of itself. Like, I think this can still be very synergistic and powerful and limited. We saw this guy before. I think he's pretty funny. Could see this going up in price quite a bit. People are going to at least try this as a hate bear in various Eternal formats. Fight as one. Sure. Ah, choose one or both. Okay, so that's very interesting too. Again, it's kind of like this go wide, go tall type thing where there's things that synergize with each of those and they seem kind of conflicting in how you want to spend your resources. But there are a few cards that just give you extra payoffs if you're doing both. It's difficult design to kind of get your head around, but I think I see the appeal of it. So yeah, have humans and non-humans. Even though a lot of things care about human or non-human, here you have to have both for maximum value. But honestly, like, either mode of this on its own is an okay combat trick. We saw this fox before with its big friend, Garrison Cat. Sure, this is a cute design. Sure. The Nightmare Squirrel. I heard there was going to be squirrels in this set. But squirrels, after long celebration as tokens from like Hermit Druid and stuff, and a long history of success in Silver Border, are finally making it into normal standard legal Black Border. Sure, it's terrifying, but sure. Huntmaster Liger. Oh, I think we saw this before. Yeah, because we saw... Oh, excuse me. Oh, I just got really tired of all of a sudden. We saw this version of it. Imposing Vantasaur. Just a normal-ass vampire. Sure. The cycling one still blows my mind to cycle that cheap. Especially if you have synergies with having creatures in your graveyard and such. Like, it's so much value. Cute. Sure. Again, it's like a human enabling non-humans. I guess that's maybe part of White's mechanical theme in general. Really flavorfully fits with the set. But this is kind of neat. Again, these sort of mechanical tribal decks I'm quite interested in. I think Vigilance is one that on its own is kind of strong. Like if you just have a ton of Vigilant board presence, it really changes the way the game is going to play out. Other ones like Trample Tribal and stuff kind of remain to be seen. The jury is still out, but could be really good. Ooh, maybe we talked about this card before? Because I remember thinking about how I kind of liked at first that Void Winnower was like the only thing that cared about mana cost parity. Yeah, I think we talked about this card before. I remember saying that. But that it's an interesting area of game design. Or maybe there's another card that cares about this as well in this set. I don't know. Sure. Gain 4 life, destroy enchantment, +1/+1 counter. Okay. Cute art. She's having some fun with petals. Just like Animal Crossing, she's not going to get enough. Saw this before. This card is crazy. I already saw a video about a potential infinite combo, or not a potential infinite combo, an infinite combo that definitely exists, but one that could potentially be modern viable, that involves undying loops, things that suction counters off, such that it just keeps coming back with flying and then losing flying, but it comes back anyways. Because you return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it, but if something prevents it from getting that counter, it still comes back. It just won't be flying, so that means it'll come back next time too. So that's kind of intriguing. And just on its own, it makes your board so hardy, so difficult to kill. Seems cool. Majestic Oricon. Alright. Just gain a bunch of life. Fine. Maned serval. It's just a cat. Maybe just don't go. Cute. This is the sort of humor that Magic really likes these days. Kind of like understated. And I think it's kind of it's a clever way of writing because you can still be tropey. You can still kind of be over the top and really evocative sincerely with most of the text. And then you just throw in this like little bit of sudden levity, a sudden kind of like flatness of tone, almost like a modernness of tone emerges. And then it kind of recontextualizes the whole thing as kind of the setup for a joke, but you still also get to have all of this sincere lore building. I think this is very clever, and this is something where, oh my god, like have you read Hearthstone flavor text? Just don't. It's so lame. And it's hard to describe exactly why Magic's isn't lame and Hearthstone's is lame, but I think little tricks like this go a long, long way. We saw this before, it's very cool. All of this art is just phenomenal. We saw this before. Sure. This is just straight up a cat. Even though it has wings, there's no other creature type, it's just a cat. It's kind of funny, but sure. Sure. Again, this sort of like human tribal. This is just humans synergizing with humans, whereas we also have a lot of like non-humans synergizing with humans. It's interesting. Again, like the difficult of splitting focus and deck building. Sure, this is kind of cool. The human tribal stuff, it's interesting. Could this be good in an actual like competitive humans deck? I don't know. Kind of doubt it. Oh, it's a story spotlight. Again, I am intrigued by the lore of this world. I have no idea what the actual plot of this set is. We saw this before. That's pretty good. Ooh, that's pretty good. Red-white cyclers. You just have that guy. You have the fox that gets huge. You have this thing that taps down their whole board. You just ping them a bunch. I don't know. This seems good. This never has to tap itself. It can still attack and such too. Huh. As long as enchanted creature has vigilance. Whoa, that's very interesting. That it cares about it having a keyword that the card itself does not bestow. That's quite rare. And again, it plays into this idea of like mechanic tribal. Really hard to evaluate. And is like this always useful? Is this something you actually want all the time? I don't know. Sure, that's pretty useful. Cute. Sure. Sure. That's kind of neat. So you can blast it yourself even. It's a bird goat. I like that. Huh. That's really cute. That is some fun, funky, fresh design. And is actually pretty powerful removal in its own way. It's not that common anymore for white to get 1 mana, exile target creature. There are conditions on your board state which make it a lot trickier than like Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, whatever. But the opponent gets no benefit, which is nice, and you even get a little bit of bonus benefit. I don't know, this seems quite strong. I think this is one worth considering. Oh, exile target tapped creature! Oh man, maybe I'll take a break after doing white. Misreading that, missing that word is so huge. Never mind, I don't think this card's very strong at all. It went from like, how do I describe this? It became, what's her name from Final Fantasy IX? Quina? Quina? Quina. Quina? Quina's eat ability. That's what this feels like now. Because you have to get the HP so low on the monster before you can eat it. Dang, I was actually super excited for this card. There's one word that I overlooked. It's because I saw this tap, you know, and then I was like, oh, okay. Okay, whatever, fine. This seems okay. This is like the first time each turn clause. Probably pretty smart. This could get out of hand really quickly. Ooh, a foxbird! Oh, so cute. Sure. It's the lore and the creatures and the world of this set is just so beautiful, so crazy. I like that it's eating a bee in both ones. Is that like an essential part of the lore of this beast? It loves eating delicious, delicious bees. Sure. Will of the All Hunter. Okay. This, actually, I think we just saw this exact card before. Alright, I'm gonna stop for now. This is white and colorless. And we'll look at the other colors in separate videos, because, I don't know, suddenly I just got hit by like a wave of tiredness, and I feel like I want to be awake and alert and like noticing words on cards if I'm gonna be talking about cards and Magic. So look forward to the rest of this set, hopefully soon. But we're off to a pretty cool start. Okay, goodbye.